the emptiness, oh my God, was so, you know, it was a reminder every day that he wasn't there. Because when my kids would come, the other kids would come over, you know, I had a habit of always calling them. So every day or every other day or something, you know, I would call them and just be like, hey, what are you doing? What's up? You know, just joke around or whatever. That phone call for him was not there anymore. So that was the emptiness that I started feeling. I would still make my calls to my other kids, but every time I did that, it threw me into an emotional state because I knew that I couldn't call him anymore, you know? And I wanted to call somebody who was close to him, somebody who, one of his friends. Sometimes I even called a couple of times I even called his friends. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? They're like, and they already knew, you know? And because I felt like that phone call was missing. That was the emptiness that I felt.
Did it comfort you to call his friends?
It would comfort me to call one of his friends, or I would call his girlfriend, or I would call my son, my other son, you know, and or I would want to talk to one of his kids, my grandkids, you know, and that comforted me a little. It would make me cry. I would cry, but it's okay to cry, you know.
That's part of the healing process.
It's part of the healing process, and I know that. I remember telling God, I don't want to do this on my own. I don't want to try to be strong on my own, God. Because it's in my weakness that you're my strength, right? So it's okay. It was okay for me to, I was able to, at first I was like, oh no, I had to be strong around. In front of my children, my other children, I would, because the way that my daughter was dealing with her grief was a very unhealthy, very self-destructing way. So I would not show my emotions in front of her because I didn't want to throw her into her emotions. And she had already voiced to me, I can't look at you. And I was like, why? She's like, I can't look at you because I know that you're hurting. I can't look at you. And so that's what really, that right there was what was like, I would not, but I knew that I had my moments and I would cry and I would allow myself that time to cry. And I would allow myself to ask God those questions because I don't feel that God is that kind of God that's like, how dare you ask me those questions, you know? No, I think he wants us to. And because he reveals himself to us more through our questions, you know? And I would ask him like how, why, you know, and that emptiness is one of the ways that I would get through some of that emptiness is I would listen to his music because he had music. I would get my journal, my if you don't mind, my because one of the scriptures, that joy of the Lord is my strength, I would say that through the whole entire time. So then my cousin, she brought me this during one of the times, and she said, it's a journal, and it says, the Lord is my strength and my song. Psalms 112, 14, right? And 118:14. And she gave it to me because she said, the joy of the Lord is my strength is something that I kept saying to everybody. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I kept saying, I can't let the enemy take my joy because he'll take my strength. Because the joy of the Lord is my strength. So my